If you're a creator tired of juggling 5 different apps just to make one piece of content, this app is about to change everything. It's free, there's no paywall, no watermark, especially if you want to use a tool to edit, export it, save it for later, upload it onto other platforms. You absolutely could do that. And it's got features that you would normally see locked behind pro subscriptions. I'm talking in-app editing, drag and drop. You want to add B-rolls, add transitions in between, add sound effects to those transitions. You could do that all from your phone. Now, I'm going to talk about some use cases here, and I've listed down 4 for you. What we're going to talk about here is the newly launched app by Instagram or Meta called EDITS. Now, I'm going to talk about some use cases here. First use case is voiceovers and B-roll. So if you want to do a voiceover and you layer it with some of the clips that you recorded, you can do that. The second use case here is talking head videos. Everyone's craving authenticity online, so if you want to create those talking head videos and pop some auto captions, but be able to customize it and stylize it based on your personal brand, you have more options now in the EDITS app. The third use case here is real estate content. If you want to showcase some of the photos that you took when you did the house tour and do an explainer video, you can use the in-app filming feature of EDITS, and you can use the green screen option. The fourth use case here is simply the text on video. If you have a video that you have recorded and you want to add a trending audio and then layer it with a text hook, you also could do that. Right now, EDITS is not built for all those crazy animations and AI stuff that CapCut at the moment offers, but it gets the job done, and it's made for quick edits, on-the-go content. And it's perfect if you're new to editing and you're already very familiar with Instagram's interface, because it's pretty much very similar. So today I'm breaking down exactly what makes this app such a game changer. So let's dive right in. Instagram just recently launched their editing app called EDITS. And one of the things that stood out to me immediately was the multi-tab layout of EDITS. And it's not just about editing, it's also about ideating, which is what I love. Let's say you're scrolling and you find a reel that stood out to you. Maybe you got inspiration from it. This normally happens because we see content 24/7. We scroll on our phones to find inspiration from other creators that we kind of want to recreate or add our own spin to it. This time in EDITS, you can revisit all saved videos, and you can click on a video, say for example, I want to use this, how to do this. You see this plus icon on the bottom right? That is your sticky note. Now you have a digital post-it. Isn't that amazing? You saw that. And now you just want to write down an idea, recreate this for my office, and then add the note to this video. And because everything is organized in one spot, you won't be losing track of your inspiration and these ideas that you get while you're scrolling on Instagram. You also have your inspiration tab. You find one, you save it. You can immediately add the sticky note to whatever that is, XYZ add, and then now you're gonna see that in your ideas tab. You also have your projects, which is the first thing that you're gonna see when you open EDITS, and the camera feature of this. So as you guys can see, you can record videos in-app. You can add music here later on. You can even do background like green screen if you're a realtor and you want to do a quick explainer video, but you also want to show pictures as you explain. And you also have the ability to change your resolution here. EDITS now actually allows you to customize the resolution here. When it comes to the resolution, just a tip, you actually could just do 30 frames per second because Reels or Instagram usually displays videos at this frame rate. I actually use 2K 30 frames per second when I'm recording videos. As you can tell, the difference between this and the HDR is really big. There's more contrast in your video. And once you are done shooting, I'm just gonna do a testing 1, 2. You can see in your timeline right down below those videos. If you want to do it again and maybe you messed up, and that's completely okay because you absolutely could change that later on. Now you can remove that, discard, and then just shoot it again. You probably want to highlight a product here. Like for example, what I'm doing here is I'm featuring my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, talk about the features, and just save it. So once you're done and you're satisfied with the videos, you're done shooting your clips, You just have to click that arrow on the bottom right. And now you have all of those videos in one timeline. So let's get into the actual editing. I'm gonna use one of the videos that I recorded. It's a talking head video. And as I'm editing this video, I'm gonna walk you through some of the features that I find to be very, very helpful. This is a 79-second video that I just recorded just for this tutorial. You can add audio later on. You can add text here, and you can also choose a font that you like. You can do voiceover. You can add captions, auto captions, if you want to add overlays, because one of the things when it comes to editing is you must show, not just tell. Adding B-rolls and clips retain the viewer's attention. You can add sound effects. So I'm just talking all throughout this 1 minute and 19-second video. The cutout feature is actually really helpful, especially if you want to highlight a certain product and you just want to use that product and not the entire full video. You can do that by going to cutout and choose that video. In this case, I'm just going to use this as an example. Select manually. I just want to highlight the book, so plus, and then tap on the book that you want to highlight, track object. And I also want to do the headphones, and then track object. We're gonna wait for that to load and then hit on done. And now you have that in here if you wanna talk about your products. So in this case, this is more of a talking head video. Now that I went over some of the features here with you, if you click on one of your videos on the timeline, you can actually adjust the brightness, the contrast, the warmth if you want to. The thing is, what I would love for edits to have is the ability to do apply for all. But at the moment, we don't have that feature, so you would have to manually adjust for every clip. I do have a hack, and it's pretty simple actually. Once you're done and you're satisfied with the edit, you can export it, upload it again, and then that's when you can do the adjustment of your brightness, contrast, so that it does it for all of your clips. So now let's do auto captions. If you tap on the captions, do edit, and then tap on the style icon, and then now you can choose your style, the font that you like. You can change that later. Once you're pretty much satisfied with the style, you can go to the font editor and then choose a font that you like here. We're all very familiar with the fonts here. If you also want to change the layout of the text, you can do that. There you go.
Most hires happen when you're
Just for this tutorial, if you want to add an overlay, tap on the overlay. If you want to show yourself maybe working at your desk, calling someone, if you're talking about like, I was working really hard today, and you want to show that by showing a clip of you actually working hard for about like 3 seconds, and then you upload that here as your overlay. I'm going to use this clip of me that I recorded when I was working at the cafe. And then let's increase the size of that and then just split it. And now you have, as you're talking, your B-roll. And that is really cool. You can add a lot of B-rolls, like you can add unlimited B-rolls as long as it relates to what you're talking about in the actual video. If you want to add an audio, maybe you have a video that has music in it and you want to keep using that all throughout your videos that you want to upload, you can import your video. It's going to automatically extract the audio from that video and then adds that onto your timeline. For example, this right here, we clicked on a video, but it only exported the audio and imported that onto our timeline here. Now we have that imported audio. Tap on volume and then change that.
Everyone says just hire a VA, but no one actually talks about hiring one that won't make your life harder.
Now that the edit is ready, you've added your B-rolls, you have the audio, you have the music in the background. Make sure you name your project before exporting. Done. Export. We're waiting for this to export. Once you're done editing your video, you can upload your video. If you'd rather keep a copy offline, you can export it to your camera roll. The good news here is, again, there is no watermark. And that is it. Let me know your favorite feature and favorite part about this app in the comments. And please do like and subscribe if you want to see more of these tactical tutorials on how to use content to grow your business. I'll see you in the next video.